The viewer window in Kaleidoscope Pro includes a powerful tool called the bandpass filter. Let's see how we can use the bandpass filter to isolate and enhance specific vocalizations. I have a 1-minute recording that contains a variety of songbirds and ambient noise. I'll draw a box around a slice of this section, which looks interesting. I think I see evidence of multiple species in this sample of audio. I'll select the entire frequency range and zoom to fit. I don't need the metadata panel, so I'll close it with this button. I'll press the Zoom to Fit button to fill the window with the full frequency range of the audio. I can then further zoom in and adjust the view as needed. If I play the audio back, I hear low-frequency ambient noise, and then yes, it does sound like more than one species of bird is singing. The first thing I'd like to do is get rid of the low-frequency ambient noise. The spectrogram shows a visual representation of the frequency range of the audio. When I move my mouse cursor over the spectrogram, a crosshair shows the current mouse frequency position. It looks to me like these calls are roughly between 1.9 kHz and 4.8 or so kHz. So what I'll do is click and drag with my mouse over the frequency ruler on the left edge of the viewer window. You can see the area where I click and drag turns white to indicate I have created a bandpass filter. What a bandpass filter does is exclude all the audio content which is not described in the designated frequency band. So with my bandpass filter, I am excluding any audio content above roughly 4.8 kHz and any audio below 2 or so kHz. I can remove the bandpass filter by double-clicking on the frequency ruler. So here again is this slice of audio with no filter applied. Let's listen. Now I'll recreate my bandpass filter and play the audio again. Notice that all the low-frequency noise has been removed. The playback of the bird calls is much cleaner and more intelligible. I'd like to listen to these birds separately if possible. I think this lower frequency call is a northern cardinal. I'll create a bandpass filter that only describes the range of this call. You can see that the higher frequency call has now been excluded by the filter. I'll play this back. At the beginning of the cardinal call, I don't hear the high frequency sound, but by the end of the cardinal call, it sounds like there may be some other bird singing in the same frequency range as the cardinal. Let's now isolate this higher frequency call. There's the higher frequency bandpass filter, and now when I play the audio back, I don't hear the lower frequency cardinal at all. What I do hear sounds like a chickadee. And if the isolated audio is not loud enough, I can use the amplitude slider to increase the gain. When I do that, it looks like I may have a total of 3 birds in the same segment of audio. There's the higher frequency chickadee, here is the lower frequency cardinal, and it looks like something else joined in partway through the cardinal call, which is in roughly the same frequency range. By using the visual controls and bandpass filter in the Kaleidoscope Pro viewer window, it can be very easy to isolate individual vocalizations within complex full-spectrum audio. I'll leave you with 2 last tips. You can export a selection or the visible contents of the viewer window as a .wav audio file. The .wav file will include the bandpass filter and any amplitude changes. This is an easy way to isolate specific vocalizations to then archive or share with colleagues. And lastly, if you have a Kaleidoscope Pro license and want to run a cluster analysis batch process which is tuned to find specific vocalizations, the bandpass filter can be an excellent way to isolate the frequency range you want to target. Once you know the frequency range of the sound you want to find, you can enter the minimum and maximum frequency values under the Signal Parameters tab. When you do a cluster analysis batch process using these parameters, Kaleidoscope Pro will only look in the specified frequency range for clusterable signals. Thank you for watching.